Hey guys, so welcome to my channel and welcome to my very first YouTube video. So for today's video I decided that I would do the music tag because as you can probably tell from the pictures behind me, but I absolutely love music and I love to like talk about music and like discover new bands and artists and just get like song recommendations from people and really anything that has to do with like, you know, musicians or bands or going to concerts just is like my favorite thing in the world. So I figured for my first video, why not do the music tag? Hopefully some of you will film a video response to this and leave it in the comments below. I would love to know what you guys like to listen to and hopefully get some song recommendations from you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the music tag. I've got the questions on my phone, so if I'm looking down, I am reading the questions, so let's begin. Okay, number 1, my favorite band or musician of the moment. So I really love classic rock, so essentially any classic rock band or musician I would have to say are my favorite at the moment. Number 2, a band or musician that I always come back to. For me, it would have to be ABBA, definitely, because like when I first discovered ABBA, they were kind of like my first like classic kind of band, even though they're really not rock and roll, they're more like disco and pop. But if it wasn't for ABBA, then I wouldn't have like expanded my taste into, classic rock or like pop of like the 60s and 70s and the 80s. So definitely ABBA. I will always be an ABBA fan because without them, I wouldn't know half of the music that I listen to and I wouldn't own half of the music that I listen to. So definitely ABBA is a band that I will always love and always come back to. Question 3, favorite songs of all time. This is really hard because I have a lot of favorite songs, but I'm going to have to say When All Is Said and Done by ABBA. That's on their last album, The Visitors. I definitely recommend listening to that album. It is different than most of the stuff that they've done, but in my opinion, it is their best album. So definitely have a listen to it. Song number 2 would have to be Gypsy by Fleetwood Mac. Now, I don't want to go as far as to say like that was the first Fleetwood Mac song that I heard, but it was the first song that I heard by them that like made me want to keep like learning about them and listening to more of their stuff. So I would have to say that my 2 favorite songs that will probably always be my favorite songs would be When All Said and Done by ABBA and Gypsy by Fleetwood Mac, which Gypsy is also how I created my username, GypsyDancer95, because I love the song Gypsy, I'm a dancer, and yeah. So, there you go. Okay, so number 4 is the most embarrassing songs on my iTunes library. Frankly, like, I probably have some embarrassing songs on my phone, but like if I like the songs, then I really don't care if like people would consider them to be embarrassing or uncool or whatever, because my philosophy is that if I really like a song, like I'm not gonna let what people think about it deter me from like owning it or listening to it. So I mean, I don't think any of the songs that I own are embarrassing, but I'm sure if like you were to look through my phone, you would like ask me why I have half of the songs that I listen to. But as that stands, I don't think any of the songs that I have are embarrassing. So, question number 5. The top songs played in your iTunes library. So, I have 4 because 2 of them tied for second. The first song would be Gypsy by Fleetwood Mac. I have played that about 132 times. The next most played songs actually tied. It is Girls Just Want to Have Fun and Money Changes Everything by Cyndi Lauper. I have played those about like 64 times. And lastly, Tangled Up in Blue by Bob Dylan. I have played that about 35 times. So, and no, I didn't memorize that. I've got it written down here, so. Alright, number 6, favorite CD or album. Again, that's like the whole favorite song thing because it's really hard to name just one. But definitely The Visitors by ABBA, again, like I said. Zeppelin 4. If you've never listened to Led Zeppelin, I would recommend starting with the fourth one. That's kind of what I started with, and every song is amazing. And who doesn't love Led Zeppelin? So definitely have a listen to Led Zeppelin 4. And number 3 would have to be Fleetwood Mac's Rumors, because you know how there are some albums that, like, some songs are good, some songs are just okay. Well, on this album, literally every song is like perfection, and it tells a story of the breaking up of the two main power couples of the band. So if you really like Fleetwood Mac, or if you know Stevie Nicks from American Horror Story Season 3 and you want to like learn more about her and her band Fleetwood Mac, I would definitely listen to Rumors, because you will learn a lot just from those songs. And then from there, you know, listen to anything, but definitely start with Rumors. You will not regret it, I promise you. Okay, number 7, favorite album art. I actually, again, like I said, it's hard for me to choose. So I picked a couple albums and I have them right next to me, so I will show them to you. I figured that would be easier. Okay. Alright, so for the first one, it would be She's So Unusual by Cyndi Lauper. This is the album that the songs Girls, Just Want to Have Fun, and Money Changes Everything that I previously mentioned in this video are on. And something else that's really cool about it is the back, her shoes. They have Van Gogh Starry Starry Night. I definitely love the back of this album, and I think it's because of the shoes, because Starry Starry Night is one of my favorite paintings. So definitely Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. Alright, my second favorite is, no surprise again, ABBA The Visitors. Like, you can even tell just by the way that this album looks that it is darker, and it does carry more of a heavy subject matter. Just by the way, like, the 4 band members, like, aren't even looking at each other in the cover. So, and this is what the back looks like. Just, you know, some paintings. So, that's The Visitors. And lastly, my third favorite album cover would have to be Fleetwood Mac Mirage. It is the song that Gypsy is on, and what's really cool is you can look in their hands, and it forms the mirage of an old woman. So that's really cool. I liked how they sort of had a mirage along with naming it Mirage. That was pretty cool. And the back just has Mick and John. So those are my 3 favorite albums. Like I've said about mostly everything that I've talked about. If you've never listened to those, definitely give them a listen. I promise you will not regret it. Okay, number 8. My favorite musical / movie soundtrack / music-based movie. It may be cliche, but Perks of Being a Wallflower. I think this soundtrack is perfection. The songs are very random. However, they all fit together somehow. And one of my other favorite songs, which I didn't mention because I will get into it later in this video, is David Bowie's Heroes, and that is on here. So if you've never seen Perks of Being a Wallflower, watch it and definitely download this album. It's amazing. So okay, number 9. The first concert that I ever attended. I was like 4 years old, and I went to see Ringo Starr with my aunt. And I still have the pin from that concert. So that was my very, very first concert, Ringo Starr. Number 10, the best concert that I ever attended. Again, I know I keep saying this, but it's hard because like every concert that I've been to is good in their own special way, you know. Whether it's like the people I was with or the band that I saw. I would have to say my favorite concert would have been when I saw Fleetwood Mac for the first time. It was just amazing, and I loved it. I saw them for the first time 2 years ago, and on their current tour this year, I have seen them twice already, and I'm going to see them again in February. So, but definitely Fleetwood Mac is my favorite concert. So. Okay, number 11. Favorite quote / song lyric. Alright, my favorite one is again from When All Is Said and Done. And it's, we're still striving for the sky, no taste for humble pie. And it's like positivity behind it, and shows that that you're not going to accept what you've received. You just want to keep on striving, and you just want to do better for yourself. You know, it's like determination, and you just want to keep going, and you just want to keep striving for that sky. So, can you play any instruments? I mean, I can sing a little bit, so I guess my voice. But I wish I could play the guitar, and I have a tambourine, and sometimes I like tambourine along to some songs, but I guess singing if you count an instrument. But number 13, do you have a song with anyone? Yes, actually I do. I have a couple, but they're with the same people. My two best friends and I, we love Lana Del Rey. So I would essentially say any song by her. We actually saw her in concert together last year, so any Lana song. And then we also love David Bowie's Heroes. That song is kind of like the foundation of our friendship in a way. So those would be my songs that I have with people. Number 14, has my music taste changed over time? I would have to say yes, because I used to be very into, you know, like Disney Channel stars and whatever. And then when I heard ABBA, that was kind of when I like switched gears and liked classic rock and became interested in bands of the 60s through the 80s. So I would have to say yes, it changed, but I guess it was a natural change because, like, you know, most kids listen to that stuff anyway, and then like they find what they like. But I really never went through like musical phases. Like, you know, I never had like that like middle school rap phase, or, you know, the high school indie thing. You know, I've always kind of been classic rock. So I guess yes, but that was just only, you know, switching from like kid music to, you know, more like serious stuff, I guess. So okay, musical tastes have changed over time, but in a way like it was bound to happen eventually. But and apparently there was only 14 questions. I thought there was 15. So thank you for watching this video. Again, as I said before, definitely leave a video response in the comments below answering these questions. I would love to hear your answers to these. Yeah, I don't really tag anyone specific because this is a new channel. I just want to try to get to know as many of you as possible. So, you know, leave a comment, subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, and I will talk to you next time, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.